Christine Maurice, good evening. There were sobs and cries of anguish as victims' families and one survivor moved into the jury box so the judge could address them personally and explain his decision to throw out the indictment against the limo driver. Did it come as a shock to you?
No comment.
Shaken family leaving criminal court in agony, angry and numb. Completely stunned and blindsided, they say, by the judge's decision to excuse all charges of limo driver Carlos Pino, 59, of Old Bethpage, throwing out counts of criminally negligent homicide, misdemeanor assault, reckless driving and traffic violations in the deaths of 4 young women in the Cachog crash last year. 4 other friends, also in their 20s, survived the winery tour tragedy.
The judge even points out in his decision there's no evidence that Mr. Pino was on the phone, on drugs, that he was distracted. Nothing. In other words, he made a mistake.
Limo driver Pino made a U-turn, considered legal at the time, and was T-boned by a pickup truck driven by Stephen Romeo of Southold. Romeo charged with driving while intoxicated. Judge Fernando Camacho to the families: I am so sorry for your loss. Part of my job is to check my emotions at the door. I have agonized over this decision more than any other. A grieving mother cried out, "You are wrong." But Pino's attorney argued the judge upheld law. It was an unintentional accident. The driver failed to see the pickup barreling down the road.
To have criminal liability, what is required under New York law, in fact the law in any state, is some type of moral blameworthiness, an awareness that what you're doing is dangerous or wrong.
He had none of that.
Correct.
He says the DA misled the families into believing a crime had been committed when it was operator error, saying the indictment was based on a flawed grand jury presentation.
The person who is criminally responsible for this crash is Carlos Pino, and Carlos Pino alone. He failed to take any precaution or any action without stopping, without looking.
The Suffolk District Attorney vows to appeal. Now, the limo driver is being sued by families for wrongful death. That civil case will proceed. Meantime, the pickup driver, allegedly drunken speeding, is scheduled for trial here next month. We're live in Central Islip. Jennifer McLogan, CBS 2 News.